Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to NASCAR, the podcast where three assholes like to think they know a thing or two about NASCAR, talk about NASCAR. I'm Benny B, joined alongside my very good friend, Drew Scarvan, and our resident FRM superfan, Jeff Dubuque. Oh, sorry guys, I was practicing what I was doing watching this race because it was an absolute snooze fest. Sorry. Yeah, so Las Vegas, boys. It was not much going on. There was more so the best part of it was at the end, and we'll get into that later. But Drew, why don't you take it away? And what did you think about the race on Sunday?
Mid. Like, it wasn't awful, but it wasn't great. It's just mid. Denny getting that win at the end was tight, but really, other than that, there wasn't like a whole lot really that came out of the weekend. At least that I think.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah. I mean, mid. Like, oh no, it's mid. Kind of that. It wasn't a very good race. My dad fell asleep. To be fair, he's always tired, but like, mid. Yeah. Like if you could put my father to sleep, like it's a bad race.
Right.
Was there good racing? Yeah, I think in total of 40 laps of the 267 laps of the race, there was good racing. Like if we had more restarts, I think this would be a totally different conversation. But I think the racing, like they were racing really hard at certain points, and once they got strung out, it was just and I'm like, you just wanted to kind of pull on your phone, and it became background noise. Kind of like we are to most of our listeners. But
definitely, yeah. No one's sitting down and watching this.
No one's sitting down watching three idiots talk about NASCAR.
Nothing wrong with that.
I love Jeff Saran so much, and Drew Cripple, he's amazing.
Cripple, he's amazing. He's my favorite Cripple.
You ever see him wheel himself? Phenomenal.
The way that he just wheels right into there.
The fact they haven't got this guy on the track yet. I mean,
I saw his wheels and said, "Wow, those are wheels."
If he adds 2 more wheels, he could race in NASCAR. Okay, we're done.
Shout out to Fearless Leader
boys. I brought us back. It was really just a meh race. It was a meh weekend. I mean, we were due after some great races, but it is what it is.
Yeah.
I mean, you expect better from the mile and a half with this car, but I mean, I hope it's not a trend where all the teams have figured it out, and we lose the mile and a half magic that we've had with this car. Because at that point, then you just tell them, "Hey, raise the horsepower. Let's have these." Let's have them wreck on the tires too on this track, which is a lot more dangerous. But fuck it. I
mean, and Jeff, like you had said, like we were texting or whatever, and it was almost like an anomaly. Like there's just no way. Like this track at Las Vegas is usually always turns out great races, and there wasn't much to it, and the fall off was just insane. Like you were seeing it.
Yeah, I think. I mean, you can't fault NASCAR or Goodyear or anyone on this one. I think this is just kind of an anomaly. And it's like, you can fault Goodyear if they brought like the wrong tire, but they brought this tire for the past bunch of times and it's been great. And so it's like, it wasn't really a tire thing. NASCAR, like, what are they supposed to do? Like, they're supposed to magically know that the aero package is going to be different today? No, it's, I just think, sometimes you're just due for a snoozer. And if you're an old school NASCAR fan, you loved this race because there were like no cautions. There was things that I love being a good wreck. I'll be honest. I have the short attention span of a goldfish.
Oh, lose him again. Yep, yeah.
Me. It's like jingle, jingle, jingle. But like,
look at the shiny, Jeff. Look at the shiny.
It's really just a matter of just. It was a mid weekend. I mean, we've had worse races. At least it wasn't caution free. this is where I'm thankful for stages, because I think without the stages we wouldn't have had any good racing. I mean, when there are people in the top 20 after a pit cycle that are a lap down, I've always said this: we need to throw a strip of nails out there. Because I think that would be funny.
Why don't we just do what Tony Stewart jokingly said? We'll just take half the field and have them start driving the opposite direction.
This is what I do when I play NASCAR games. But I remember playing that with my cousins, and he's like, "Let's go backwards." I'm like, "What?" And then I went backwards, and it was fun. That was the most fun. And then I froze my Xbox, and I got really scared.
Man, but I mean, so let's just here. I mean, let's just go over the top 10 really quickly.
So we're just skipping the next two segments?
No, we're just gonna do it right now. So Denny Hamlin wins, and Chase Elliott comes in second, but he was very much going to catch him, and there was a good racing between the top four here. Hamlin, Elliott, William Byron, Christopher Bell, but then in fifth comes Ty Gibbs, sixth Chris Buescher, seventh Kyle Larson, eighth Chase Briscoe, who miraculously got an 8th place finish after having a speeding penalty and many other woes.
I mean, Hamlin had a speeding penalty as well, so let's not...
That's right. That's true. It was incredible. And then Bubba Wallace in 9th and Brad Keselowski rounding out the top 10. So, yeah, it was... those were the interesting parts, I think, is seeing the progression of Hamlin and guys like Briscoe, like, overcoming stuff like that. But other than that, and then, you had, of course... this is... So the situation where you had... Elliott and Larson up there fighting with Bell 3 wide. You could tell maybe Byron was thinking about it, pushing it 4 wide. But he was like, no. And, he pushed Larson. And then you got all these people. This is why I question some NASCAR fans, like if you really even know anything, because they're just like, oh, see, I always knew that they care more about Larson. Like, that's not what it was, you dummy. Like, that was the best spot for him to move and go. Like, it would have done him no good to push Elliott or go 4 wide.
Yeah.
I mean, that was probably the most exciting point of the race, and I love that. I wish they did that for 10 more laps. It just doesn't happen.
Yeah.
I was like, okay, now we finally got some racing, and then after it was done, I was like, well, shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
I think it was almost like a return to the old cars handling that 1.5 mile track where it's like one guy gets up front and the rest kind of just get mired behind.
I mean, as I said, it was like an old style NASCAR race. I mean, when you had like the car tomorrow, the Gen 4, like the Gen 5 did this too, the Gen 6 as well. It was just meh. I mean, you had these meh races where, I mean, you could say they're just driving in circles, and I hate to say it, you'd probably be right this weekend. I mean, we weren't as bad as F1 because they're making jokes about it just being Mario Kart with their mushrooms, but that's fuck them. It feels good. It feels so good, man. It feels so
You're
good.
Not that cool F1. Get over it.
We're the pinnacle of motorsport. Yeah, you're the pinnacle.
No, dude, you're the pinnacle of freaking parade routes. Dude. That's all y'all are good for.
You're the pinnacle of qualifying first and then finishing first.
Yep.
Well, we do that in NASCAR, though.
Yeah, but much less often because we actually have passing. And true passing too. Just the one like.
And we don't have a half electric engine in our car that ruins our runs. Ooh.
Dude, I mean, they've expanded the field to 22 in F1, and they haven't had 20 cars finish a race yet. They haven't even had 20 cars start the race yet. It's that bad. It is. Like, historically awful. Like, if you had a NASCAR race where 6 drivers went, we're not starting this, that's a problem. That's a fucking problem. I mean, it's like, I would have been like, holy shit, NASCAR needs to fix their shit. Because at that point, it's not on the teams. At that point, it's on the sport. Because if it's one team having an issue, okay, that's probably on the team. Two teams, you can, if it's the same manufacturer, sure, whatever. Three teams, all right, get your shit together, NASCAR. But no, get your shit together, F1. All right, let's move on to a better sport and talk NASCAR again. So let's talk about what happened after the race, boys, with Suarez hating Trackhouse, the tale of the tape, Suarez versus Trackhouse. Suarez standing at a Mexican 5 foot something, and Trackhouse standing at a combined, I don't know, probably about 16 or 17 feet tall. I don't know if you stack them all up.
Well, 12 feet of that would be SVG, so that makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what even happened? So from what Drew tells me, and I think maybe Drew, you sent me the video of it, but like Suarez actually got into Chastain like at the last lap or two, and then Chastain gave it back to him. Fair enough. Right, and then at the end, all of a sudden, like we see some action. We see Suarez go up to Ross, and from what I've seen in the lip readings, is that Ross was like, "You got fired." It's just amazing, dude. That's just so savage, man. But what I didn't get. Awesome. Well, go ahead, Drew.
I was gonna say, I think what happened was like Chastain went to go pass Suarez, and Suarez kind of ran him up the track a bit, and Chastain was a little chapped about that, which fair, it's the last lap. You're racing already for what, 17th place?
Yeah.
Like you're already not in a good day, but you got to make the most of it. And then like your old teammate who's been a dickhead to you and the rest of your team. Yeah, he just runs up the wall. I'd let him know I wasn't too pleased with it during the cool down lap, Which is what he did. He went up, or he gave him the usual like "F you" door nudge, and then went along his way. And it looked like Suarez was trying to get it back. He just didn't, and I was like, "Bro, come on!"
Trackhouse is already having a shit day. Like two of their cars, were just awful.
Yeah.
SVG had no speed. Zilich, I don't know if they forgot to put an engine in it or if it was Zilich's fault.
They brought 3 shit boxes to the race that day. I mean, it was really terrible. Did.
And it just shows how good of a driver Chastain is. But I mean, Suarez, you're outrunning your equipment right now, dude. I get that you're trying to I don't know if it inspires sponsors saying get the Mexican to ruffle some feathers, but it's
I wouldn't be shocked if that was kind of like an under the table agreement.
Yeah, I mean, I love me a good story. I mean, if they want to become like you have Heavenly Father McDowell over there, what up, Mick Group Chat, and then then you got freaking Hurricane Hocevar, who pisses everyone off. Then you got Suarez, who's now pissing off his old team. So it's just like you got McDowell, who's the adult in the room. Then you got the 2 idiots that are just wrecking everyone else. It's like, okay, I mean, you're gonna get some good airtime. Do not get me wrong.
And I've said before, I think a lot of it has to do with the fact that Justin Marks, 2 or maybe 3 years ago, did an interview and someone asked about Suarez at Trackhouse, and he said stuff like, "I can't imagine Trackhouse without him. He was one of our founding, fathers, I guess, or I don't know, whatever the equivalent of that would be for
our foundation, basically."
I mean, yeah, he was the backbone. Of the team.
2 years, 3 years in racing is a long time, man.
I'm thinking this was in 24, and then it was just the next year that they
things change, man. I mean, if you have an event, it's a matter of was he bringing enough money? Was he performing enough, which he wasn't. The money you need to bring one of 2 things. You need to have the performance, you need to have the money. Because the reason why Herbst has arrived right now is the money. We all know it's not the performance. We hope he could perform better, but we don't have high hopes. It takes him about 3 to 4 years to figure out a car. That's just his learning curve, and that's okay. He's probably still better than us.
Definitely better than all of us.
Yes. But Suarez, he has freeway insurance, but is Spire taking less money than Trackhouse for sponsorship? Suarez is not having a bad season at Spire. I mean, he's
been
on a 1-year
consistent.
deal. Yeah, he's on a 1-year deal with probably options because there's probably team options where he has to perform, and if he reaches those, the team could re-sign him. And honestly, if the season ended today, I'd say give him another year and see what happens.
Right? Why
not? It's a matter of what goes on. How do their lower series development, like how do those drivers develop? How does I bet they still have a good relationship with Raja. I wouldn't be shocked if he goes into a ride with them in the future. It's just a matter of, because I don't know if this is probably not McDowell's last year. And he's running really well in points. He's probably going to, as Dave Mooney said on the radio today, 11th place sheet of death, which is he can finish 11th in every race this season and he will make the playoffs. And that would be really cool. But if all Suarez needs to do to keep his job is just run consistent, and if he needs to ruffle some feathers to finish some races, but to do well, I don't have a problem with him doing that. But he also needs to know that you're also messing with Chastain, who is not afraid to take you out, and I cannot wait.
Right.
And Chastain, it's like, oh my god, he put hands on him, and it's like, oh my god, he put hands on Suarez, and it's like, well, he just came over to his car at the end of the race, and so it's like, yeah. I mean, to get in his face, I mean, you're having a conversation, words get said, feelings get hurt. You're also overheated. You're gonna act stupidly, and they're either gonna have a conversation or they're not. And honestly, we need some good rivalries in this sport. I hope this continues because it's kind of fun to watch. Because I don't care.
I mean,
until it does.
It does make the race a bit more entertaining, like when you know like the storylines that are going on throughout the year, and Suarez's crusade on Trackhouse is definitely one I've been
crusade.
Keeping an eye on. Yeah, dude,
it's not going to end here, man. I'm telling you that right now. But here was my issue with the whole thing, is you have the stupid PR lady, like for Chastain.
She's doing a job.
I get that, but you know what, dude? They got to stop this crap, man. Because this is what we love.
Yeah, I agree.
And NASCAR needs to stop being so worried about it, and these teams need to stop being so worried about it. Like, dude, this is what gets people like going, man. And I certainly love it. But there's still fights that are from years ago that people still freaking bring up and talk about, and like, I don't know, dude. It just adds a whole nother value to the sport, in my opinion.
To me, I think the reason why the PR, I mean, it's the PR person's job to make the team not look bad, right? I mean, that is the definition of public relations. It's to make your team look as great as it looks. It's like, but I mean, like, I'd probably pull back my driver too. I mean, I'd let him get a good swing in, but like, Chastain got the swing in, get in front. He won. It's like, if they're gonna go fighting and they don't want their driver suspended because their driver got suspended and it's your job, you don't know what's in the job description. It's like, hey, don't let them fucking fight, because they might have a warning from NASCAR like, hey, next time you fight, you're suspended or something. Like, we don't know what goes on in the back room.
That is true.
All these things,
yeah, you're right. We don't know a whole
lot. So
lot.
it's like, and so Chastain has a history, so it's like, you know, there could be stuff there, and it's
like, NASCAR could be like really on them, like, dude, you cannot get in another fight. That could be true.
I want more fights. I honestly like. I think we should build a boxing ring in the middle of every track, but that's legal
fighting.
Legal fighting. I mean,
the thing right now with fighting is they just drop the hammer down if you cause a full-on brawl. But then they'll go out of their way and still use it for advertisement, even though they're
That's what's bullshit about it.
Yeah. And that's probably the only thing stopping
tensions are rising. We're racing at Darlington,
especially with the points. Especially with the points now, it's like you can't miss a race. You're fucked if you do.
Yeah.
Even more so than the last system. I mean, the last system you could have missed a few races. If you get the waiver, who cares? I think you do away from the waiver system and just say the top 16 make it. And it's like, I don't care if you're running part time. If you're running part time, you only run 16 races, but you won 16 of them. You're gonna make the playoffs. Just off of points alone.
Yeah.
So it's like, that's where I don't give a. That's why I think waivers are stupid. They should just do away with it. They don't need to. NASCAR needs to either. I think there's two kinds of fights. There's the good kind of fights where there's a reason behind it. We all kind of get it. They fight, they get it over with, we're done. I don't want to see non-uniformed people like Stenhouse's dad getting in a fight. That's that's you are not a hard. You have a hard card. They can pull that.
Oh, and they
Do
did
not let your hard card get pulled. And they did pull that. And it's like, let the crew guys fight it out. If you're a non like if you're a PR guy, your only job should be pull people back unless you get punched. Then you should be able to throw a punch. If my dog is at my door, I swear to God. It's like, but you really should be. I mean, the Stenhouse fight is one of the most recent fights, so that's where we had people going, okay, I think that crossed a line. Like, Stenhouse waited a long time.
Oh yeah,
to do that.
Very long time.
So I think he did kind of deserve his penalty. That being said, I think if they get into it on the track and if it's within an hour, we'll say, from time of incident to the time of the end of the race, you have every right to fucking fight each other. You shouldn't do it at the care center. You should do it. You should go up to them at the end of the race, fucking fighting shit, and then get it over with. You're done, and then make up because you're guys and you're going to talk about because Hill and Sheldon Creed are best buddies now, even though they got into it. So it's like I've gotten in fights with some of my best friends, and we get over it. We're guys. We laugh about it. And we'll be like, "Hey, remember that time I fucking punched you?" It's like,
and I think of it like like hockey allows fighting, but then they just break it up. Like they let it get to a point.
Get a penalty at the end of it. They both get a 5-minute penalty.
But
the team doesn't lose anything. It's a hard thing to compare it to stick and ball. It really, and I hate that people are like, "Oh, stick and ball." It's like it's hard because the driver is the team as well as the crew. You can take away a crew member or two, and you can still have the team. You take away the driver, it's a completely different thing.
That's true. That's true.
It's complicated. There needs to be strictly written fighting rules. Like, if you're going to throw down, you got to figure it out.
There really isn't anything written, is there? I mean, it's just kind of like
NASCAR's discretion, which, sometimes. And I think if it's a fully valid fight, like we have, like someone wrecks you like 10 laps to go, you wait to the end, you fight them. That's fully valid. If someone accidentally hits you and you pop a tire and stuff like that, that's not fight worthy. You can have words, you can shove them, but like that should be it.
Yeah.
I do want to say, going back to the Ricky Stenhouse thing too, I just got reminded of why that actually ended up happening, and it was because it was at North Wilkesboro, and they don't have a tunnel to get out of the track.
Which is
that's right. That's right.
Like, he probably got out of the car. He was mad, and then he went through the 5 stages of grief, and then he went, instead of acceptance, I'm going to do anger and rage. I'm going to stand there with my stupid shorts at this holler doing this. And it's like, all right, you look like a fag, but you need to...
Bleep.
You can bleep that, I don't care. But he did.
Now we have to.
Yeah, I'll say fuck, but not... Anyways.
So he looked gay. So Stenhouse looked gay, and he was up leaning against this
Flamboyant.
thing. He looked flamboyant. But
he had extra pizzazz in him that night. I don't know why.
Pizzazz, yeah. And he had no reason to just be. Well, I mean, he had a reason, but it was
didn't he tell reporters too? Because they were like, "So what are you going to do?" He's like,
"Time,
just you watch." And then I don't know why,
awesome.
but I like to imagine his wife is just like, "Ricky, no, don't do it."
Ricky, no.
And then she just deterred him 10 times, and finally he was just like, "I don't need to listen to you. I'm a man." And he just punched her, and then walked out. And was like, "I don't know, I'm gonna go punch Kyle Busch." That's why he was so ready with that punch. He tried one out on his wife.
He's like, "This feels good. I need more."
Babe, babe, tell me, does this hurt? Yeah, Ricky. cool. Kyle's gonna get it.
Well,
let's move on to the next segment.
Yeah, let's move on.
Drew, this is one that you wanted to talk about.
Yeah.
Drew?
What?
It's your you wanted to talk about
Oh, sorry. Yeah. Sorry, I don't know why I had a fucking brain fart there. Yeah, so Hamlin won at Vegas, as everybody knows. But, it was kind of like a healing moment, I'm not going to say it's on the same level of Dale Jr. winning at Daytona at the, first race since his dad died. But, so Hamlin won Vegas last year. He secured him into the Final Four back when we were, using the playoffs. And that was the last win his dad got to see of his. And then, sadly, he dies in, a very horrific way back in December. And, with how the year went to, Denny was just he wasn't really certain if he was even going to come back or not. Which I was kind of like, dude, come on, you're Danny freaking Hamlin. You're not gonna pull a Carl Edwards and walk away while you're at your best, But then he wins Vegas. His entire family's there, and it's still he won.
It was so cool, dude. His mom was there. His daughter,
Yeah, everybody's crying except Denny because he doesn't have a heart, I guess. And
he did. He started choking up a little bit there at the end.
I know. But
that was really cool, man.
For a very boring race, we got a very happy ending.
Yes,
which is kind of rare because usually mid races have mid endings.
And I must say, you guys know that I've been doing this thing where if the driver that wins, I gotta invest in the main sponsor. So guys, I'm on Yahoo Mail, baby. I got a Yahoo account. If anyone's curious and wants to send me mail, it is NASholes. It is NASholesBenny@yahoo.com. So there you go.
Dude, you need to use Yahoo as your primary search browser for the next month.
Yeah.
The next month, or hey, until Denny wins again in that car.
Until the next race, I guess. I don't know.
Or until the next Yahoo car wins.
So I'm going out and I'm just like, what's your email? I'm like, oh, NASHoles Benny.
Stop sponsoring him. He's just stuck with Yahoo forever. He's stuck with an inferior search engine.
I got a Yahoo Mail account, bro. So that's what I did for it. And yeah, hopefully when I'm at Darlington next week, somebody can win and I can have to buy something cool or something like that.
So if Hocevar wins a race with Chili's on the card, you got to take us all to Chili's?
Sure. I'll take you guys to Chili's.
Yay!
Hell yeah, dude! I'll leave right now. I'm halfway to the nearest Chili's.
This is true. Oh, I can't get that Chili's. Allow me to watch the fire.
I just show up to your house having wheeled myself from Wisconsin to South Carolina, and I just have insanely jacked arms. So let's run the fucking Dente. I'm gonna make the Dente my bitch. There goes 5 years of sobriety down the drain.
Ride the Dente.
I love it. Anyhow,
imagine my crippled ass flopping around on that Dente. That'd be tight.
Are we ready for the wave around design scheme of the week?
Yes.
Yes.
Let's get it. Let's get it, Bubba's.
All right, Jeff, amigo, what was yours again? I forgot.
It was Denny Hamlin in the beautiful Yahoo car because it's purple.
Very nice. Very nice. Very, very nice. All right, Benjamin. Hang on. My screen share didn't pop up yet. Sorry about that. Oh, man. Another Drew blunder. Great show, Cells. All right, here we go.
There you go.
Yeah. You know what, dude? Okay. The only thing I will say about this car, Jeff, is that I wish they would match up the gas with the O's, and just
I agree fully, but I also
you can't really.
There is a strategic element of having the O be a different color and it not being part of it because you don't want them just sticking the thing in another
Yeah,
hole.
and it's not the same size, I bet. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's what she said. Okay, let's
hang on, guys.
Zoom in, Bubba.
Do you really think the fueler would be so dumb to go to the wrong O on the car?
This question.
Spilling gas everywhere.
Answer this question.
Yeah, dude. Do you really think? Do you really think if they had the Yahoo Green, the son bitch would go right over the wheel well? It's not going in.
Oh shit! It's not going
in. Drew. Yes.
All right.
Oh my gosh, that is a great car, though. I will say.
Yeah. All right, Ben Word, your choice, me boy.
The number 20. I mean, anybody that has watched this podcast knows that this is one of my favorite paint schemes, and you know, when all the others don't really stand out to me, this is the one. And I just lightning bolts rule, bro. And it really did stick out on the track in the Las Vegas Sun.
He loves elements.
Elements.
He likes flames and lightning.
And grass.
And grass. Blowing fire, earth, and lightning.
Yes, sir. All right, Drew. What you got?
Oh, man. Well, let's see here. I'm going to go with SVG's
Our first repeat winner.
Yeah.
Wow, you actually like that one? Surprisingly, I actually don't like this one that much.
Really? I don't know.
No, because to me, there's too much going on. There's too much going on. It is cool, don't get me wrong, but I just, I don't know.
Oh, what does it say? Never give up right there. 97. Yeah, I don't know, man. 97? I don't know. It's pretty different, though, and...
Oh, it is definitely different.
Yeah,
now
very nice.
Now, Drew, you need to show J-Ski's dirty work.
Oh, yeah. So while we were earlier going through looking at the cars, we saw that they did Chase Elliott really dirty when they showed his by having his car sit defeated in second place and have Denny Hamlin doing the burnout of the century.
That is so dirty.
They're so mean. They are so mean. This is why I love you, J-Ski. All right.
Are we ready for what's our next segment here? It is
good grass or ass grass. All right, boys. So, Las Vegas Motor Speedway. A very, they've always had good grass, and this time, I've tried to do the research on this. Trust me, guys, it is almost impossible to find any information about it. And so, what I'm going to do the next time, and Drew made the suggestion. I don't know if this will work. But before you jumped on, pre-pod, Drew said I need to call the track and ask them, and I'm legit going to do that, and we're going to see if I can find out. Because, I can't tell him.
I was just joking.
I'm going to do it. Right. I'm going to do it. No, dude. So anyways.
Andrea, have your wife record you, calling them.
Please. Oh, my God.
Dude, I will. Trust me. But, so anyways, Las Vegas, very prone to heat, and so I imagine their base, sod is like a Bermuda or like a warm season grass, but with the way it looked, very very thick and lush and green, looks very good, and although no stripes, they did a very good job covering, making up for it with all of the sponsors and the logos on it. And honestly, dude, this is up there with Daytona. But it can't beat Daytona. I'm going to give it a good grass rating of 4.0 out of 5. Drew is dying.
I just love the way you talk about grass. It's the same way I talk about pro wrestling.
Yeah, so from what I can... So guys, what I've gathered though is that they overseed with perennial rye, which would make sense the way it looks, the dark green color that it gets. I mean, but again, I don't know, and I'm gonna start figuring this stuff out. I'm gonna call the tracks and We're gonna get that figured out. But
the track director.
Oh God, I gotta piss.
Yes, can I speak to the lawn management department?
All right, while he's gone, I mean, I feel so bad for just the poor track guy just trying to do his 9 to 5, working at the ticket office.
Yo, can you just imagine? Can you just imagine that like a guy gets a call from his boss, and it's
Holy fucking shit!
Are you kidding me? That's a you, wasn't
Yo, we got a dog too. We got a dog in here. Let's go.
I'm gonna fucking die.
Yeah, they're close.
Can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
You are a strong pisser, my guy.
Comes with the big D.
I'm not gonna lie, I thought that was my cat in the background pissing in his litter box, and then I was like, wait, that's hitting water.
Franklin.
Ben said he's using his earbuds tonight.
Oh my gosh.
Here's my dog, Franklin.
Oh my gosh.
He came into the room when I opened the door. You get out of here, please.
Yoink.
Get out of here.
Oh my gosh, guys! I didn't put 2 and 2 together. I got the earbuds in today. Oh my gosh, that might be an all-timer. That might be an all-timer.
We didn't hear just like.
If you had a stone.
Insert ridiculously long play.
Yeah, that has to get clipped. Wow, that's unbelievable. I can't believe I did that.
Wait, he's pissing. Like, we were just gonna continue talking, and then we just hear tinkle, 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 tinkle. I'm like,
Oh, guys, that's an all-timer. All right, so now our resident FRM superfan Jeff is going to talk about FRM, even though he doesn't want to.
Okay, well, I was going to go to the other segment before then, but okay. I was going to go to a feel-good segment before I get to be sad again. But okay, we'll do this.
Sorry, I looked at it wrong.
Yeah, you should be. No, I'm sorry. all right.
It's a little hard on that.
I don't know. They just didn't bring it. I think Todd shot himself in the foot this weekend with the speeding penalty.
Yeah, couldn't overcome it.
Something that a lot of teams have speeding penalties, so I don't know.
What was the deal with that though? To be honest,
you got to realize that you got to control what you can control, and that's something you can easily control. I'd rather you be a second slower on pit road than speed and then lose 40 more seconds. There's no point. It's ridiculous. Don't do that. Any driver that does that, just don't do it. Do better.
Why can't it just be like an IndyCar where you have a switch that you can flip and it just like acts like a governor?
But that's gay.
That's not true stock car, man.
That's true.
It's too much technology, and we're
exactly what Jeff said. That's gay, dude.
We're next. We don't like
rocket
fancy. We're not Ryan Newman. But Rocket Man.
Remember that one time when he recreated the Challenger explosion at Daytona?
Bro, I thought he died.
Yeah. You, me, and the nurse that was in my hospital room watching the race with me. Dude, I shit you not. They gave me a shot of Dilaudid. I was on cloud 9, and I just saw the 6 car go up into the wall, start flipping, and I was like, whoa. and then everyone was just silent and somber. And then Joe Gibbs led his team in prayer, and I was like, oh. and my nurse was like, "Did we just witness a death?" And I was like, "I actually think so." I was so happy. I was so happy when the crew checked on him, and they were just like,
we think he's good, and then they brought over the black tarps, and we're like, oh god.
Yeah. Whenever that black curtain, the curtain of doom comes out, it's
right.
real.
So back to better things, I guess.
Yeah.
Not by much, but Gregson just hasn't shown speed all year. I don't know what it is. I hope he can turn it around. People are like, oh, fire his crew chief. They moved his crew chief to another role within FRM. So I like Noah. I want him to improve. I want the team to do well. I don't know what we need to do with the 4-car to make it faster. Our 34, I mean, it's just a bad week. Todd will fix it and on to next week. And then Zane, great job leading FRM. I mean, Zane is a phenomenal driver. So
yeah,
that's all I have to say on FRM.
For sure. Now for our favorite segment.
Now for a favorite segment, the NASholes asshole of the week. All right. So
I do have some votes here.
All right, good. Read the votes.
All right, so this is from Steven of the Foreign Fuel podcast. Shout out Steven. Shout out Foreign Fuel, great podcast.
First honorary NASHole.
Yes. So he says, so I'll just read the whole thing. So his vote for Steam of the Week is the 97, Drew, so he agrees with you. Anyways, but for his A-hole of the week, he is choosing Creed. And then he has a question. I don't know if you want me to read it now or save that for later, but
save that for later. We'll do that right after.
All right.
And then what was it? Okay, so we got one vote for Creed, and then I think another person said Fox, and they were announcing. I'm just going to loop that into all of Fox because if we really nitpick Fox, we could be here all week. And I would like to go to bed eventually tonight. I like sleep. So, there's a okay. So we have the first NASHole nominee is Connor Zilisch on number 1. He spun Jeremy Clements on like the opening lap. What the hell? To be fair, Jeremy Clements also spun himself like 6 more times during that race, which made it somewhat entertaining.
I kind of got loose
if he didn't have that first spin.
Yeah. And then LeVar Scott, the number 45, for putting Chandler Smith on the wall, like really aggressively at the beginning of the race. That was covered in a very small segment, and it was like, what the hell? Like, LeVar Scott just did not break, and that ruined Chandler Smith's day of being able to even be slightly competitive in that car. And he was already up against a tough battle being in that 5 car where I don't even know. Then we have the 07 of Joshua Balicki, wrecking the number 48.
Oh, damn, my boy Balicki.
I mean, maybe, hopefully Sarapoli gets over it and can give Balicki some eye care, because he is an eye doctor.
Oh.
Yo, do you think eye doctors go to other eye doctors, or do they just perform the exams on themselves?
Oh, they go to other eye doctors. I've asked this question to my eye doctor.
I asked my therapist what it's like to go to her therapist, and she's like, I don't know, but I'm surprised she hasn't killed herself yet. And I was like, that's how I feel about you. You are human, Lauren. Shout out, Lauren. You've heard so many dark things from me, and you still talk. Yeah, Lauren.
And Sheldon Creed in the 00, wrecking the 54 of Taylor Gray.
He dumped him.
Yeah, he flat dumped him.
Yeah.
Like, oh, he blocked me. It's like, dude.
And
lastly, we have Fox. We all know why. So that's
Their
a very
AI
short
was
list.
so apparent.
There is nobody from Cup. I mean, I was like debating putting Stenhouse, but he actually made the race entertaining. So,
yeah. I don't.
You could do Stenhouse. He didn't put his damn arm out the window and cause Zilisch to freaking.
I could put Stenhouse, but he would get. I mean, but Zilisch wasn't doing anything that day, so it didn't matter.
Yeah, it's still asshole-ish.
So I was like, it's not really an asshole. It's just Stenhouse being Stenhouse. Sorry, Ricky.
I mean, outside of the Suarez Chastain incident, I can't really think of anything that would.
I'm not even gonna put them on.
I mean, Well, I'm not saying we should have them on there, but I was like, that's really the only like memorable thing.
There was nothing memorable about this Cup race.
Yeah,
it was just another race.
Besides Hamlin winning, really.
Yeah, I mean that's always great. I mean that was a historic thing, but it was like You're gonna watch the highlights of this race. It's gonna be like 4 minutes. It's like, oh boy, they started the engines, and Denny Hamlin takes the checkered flag. That's it. Oh shit! It's Suarez and Ross Chastain are getting into it. Cut away, because Fox is awful. So
you could, Jeff, you could put Michael Waltrip on there for being absolutely creepy during that freaking grid walk. That was, dude, that is getting old.
Fox. That's just part of Fox. At that point.
Well, the one thing I thought was really weird was he had that what the hell is it? That Clark kid from Backstreet Boys
yeah.
What the hell? I can't think of his name.
He had one of the Backstreet Boys with him.
Why don't we let Mikey out of the
Nick Carter.
old
Nick
retirement
Carter.
home?
I think it's Nick Carter that they brought. But like, I was like, damn, dude, his poor kids have got to live a weird life. Like like their uncle like did too many whippets and died like a year ago.
Whip it good.
and now their dad dragged them to a NASCAR race, and this giant, tall man is just being very weird. And like it's usually like
dragging them around.
It's pasture, bro. They need to I've said what I think about Waltrip, but
listen, I used to love that segment. I used to think that was awesome, and now I'm starting. It's just awkward, dude. He's not good at it anymore.
It's weird. They need to have Clint Boyer do it. I'm sorry. Have Clint take part of the first stage off and do the grid walk, because I think Clint would be hilarious with it.
Oh my god,
Clint is exactly what Waltrip was in Waltrip's prime. Because Waltrip in his prime, he was entertaining, but like now he's
even
just
2 years ago. It was fun.
I started hating it about 5 years ago, but that's a whole other thing.
Yeah. Anyways, I say if you wanted to put him, but we've already got a good enough amount.
We got Fox. Fox is the whole thing.
Right. That covers it.
Well,
so I think Fox is getting on the list finally.
Should we do need to make a special edition for the man whom Fox hired and made that cringe-inducing Joey Logano burnout AI video that you sent.
That's just under Fox.
That's just under
Fox. Or
so clearly AI. Hey, at least if you're going to use AI, be good at it.
No.
Like
Stop using AI. You are a $1 billion company.
That's true.
The idea of them being like, oh yeah, we'll cut funds. We'll just have the interns make our
There's a guy. He's like, I'm the designer, and I'm like, how many iterations of AI did you use? Did you use 10 or 40? Or is it somewhere in between? Because he's like, oh, I use Photoshop. I'm like, there's an AI thing in Photoshop, and you used a lot of it. It's like, dude, you suck. I'm like,
yeah,
I make better graphics than you, and I'm colorblind.
That's why he's racist towards all the races equally.
No, I'm racist towards more. No, I'm kidding. Towards certain ones, they know who they are. All right, so I think the easiest one to get rid of is probably Connor Zilich. I mean, I just put him on because he caused the wreck. That was really it. So I think,
yeah, easy strike.
Easy strike there. So we got 4 left. We got LeVar Scott for putting C. Smith in the wall. We got Josh Bilicki for wrecking the 48. Sheldon Creed, who was going to be on the list. And I think Fox needs to be on the list. It's about
Creed's on the list, Fox, and I think you could take Bilicki off. I mean, I don't know.
Yeah, I think LeVar Scott is little ass. Fox is mid ass, and Creed is big ass.
Yeah,
I like that.
Creed's big ass, man.
All right.
He does have a fat A.
Let me put on. Let me do the points. So LeVar Scott, he has probably not made it on this list yet. No, he has not. So LeVar Scott in his number 45. LeVar Scott. He gets a little ass. Little ass. Las Vegas. And then we have Viagra.
All right.
Then we got Fox with mid ass. And then we got, and that's also what Vegas. And then we got fucking Sheldon Creed, who has also not been on the list. We got 3 new ones.
Nice.
Sheldon Creed. Her big ass. All right, boys. All right. So points as they stand. We still got Osama bin Corey at the top of the list. Then tied with a big ass worth of points is Jason White, Ty Gibbs, Ricky Stenhouse, and Sheldon Creed. And then with a mid ass worth of points, we got Cody Ware, Austin Hill, Chris Wright, Joey Logano, and Fox. And then we got some little asses, but we've listed enough already. So that is our NASCAR Asshole of the Week segment. On to our next one.
Alrighty. So, the JGR and Gay Part / Spire thing is we're still in the midst of it. It's getting hilarious though, because I mean JGR just basically flat out admitted, like, yeah, we still the sponsors and we don't care. Like it's like, wow, dude, like they are just indicting themselves. Like, I mean, this whole, like, I mean, look, I'm sure both sides are, do no good, but yeah, more and more is coming out. And so I don't know what your guys' thoughts about it are.
So I know how it works in the sponsorship industry in NASCAR. It's like all partnership stuff. It's because a lot of it's business to business, but it's very frowned upon. Very frowned upon. Like to the point of like people will like ostracize you if you're doing that. And you're not at a really big team. Like if you're a third party getting sponsors for other people and you steal sponsors, you're going to be in a whole world of hurt. It's very frowned upon in the industry. Like it happens, but it's very like JGR stolen.
It's like an unwritten rule sponsors.
It's an unwritten rule. It's also one of the reasons why sponsors don't stay around super long anymore, because teams just keep cannibalizing each other. It's like, what the hell?
Yeah, like, and the sponsor's caught in the middle of it. They're like, we don't want to deal with this.
And then they just leave, right? And that's a huge problem, and we can't be having that. It pisses me off because, I mean, a lot of these small. Of course, it's a bigger team stealing from a smaller team, because no smaller team is going to be able to pull away a sponsor from Joe Gibbs. It's just not going to happen. Joe Gibbs will steal it from a bunch of smaller teams, and then those smaller teams,
they have more money.
And then they're gonna be out of money. And it's the sponsors' right to go wherever they want. They can spend their money as they please. It's just not nice,
not cool,
or fair, or it's a dick move, bro. That's the easiest way to put it. It's a dick move, and it pisses me off.
Yep, Drew, anything?
Well, I mean, yeah, no, not. I mean, Jeff pretty much said everything I was saying or thinking. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Well. So. I'm assuming all of you. I mean, Jeff was the one that told me about it, but Brad Keselowski was on the Dale Jr. General Mode, and made some very good points, and kind of brought up Cup drivers racing in the lower series, and all of us have been talking about it all week, and I mean, I'm all for it, man. This we need it, man, and Brad K brought up some good points. What it does ultimately is it lets us understand the level and in which these O'Reilly series and Truck series, for that matter, where these guys are at. And if they are able to beat the Cup drivers, then we kind of know that, they're a little serious, man. Like they got something. And so it's going to overall just help the sport, and not only in that aspect of it, but like it's going to draw more attention to these lower series that typically don't get a lot of viewership. And so I love the idea, and I wish. I mean, Jeff had a. I mean, Jeff, you know, you had a lot to say about this, so.
Yeah, so you know how it used to be called bushwhacking? I think it should be called O'Reilly flogging, and flogging in honor of our famous Steves.
No, time out. I got a better one. We'll call it car bombing.
Good God.
Okay.
The IRA series. Yeah, go down there and have them car bomb the field. Yeah.
I've heard this brought up by multiple drivers before, where it's about sponsorship money at the core of it, because these teams do not like that. Bob posts the purse money, and they have gone up, not to a place where these teams could at least break even though. They rely even more on sponsors than the Cup team does. Where I believe that you should be able to at least break even with the purse money. That's just a feeling. But I think if you it is a lot easier to sell a sponsor for a Cup guy than it is for than a Riley guy or a truck guy. I want drivers to run the full season in these lower things that they want. Like if Brad said the only way he would start a O'Reilly Series team is if they could run a Cup guy in a full season. And I think that is awesome, because that would mean we have more of a development path for these drivers that isn't just the manufacturer just slapping them in a seat. I mean, you don't have many Cup teams doing that. Yeah, you have Spire, you have Front Row, you have Joe Gibbs, but you used to have like RFK when they were Rush Fenway Racing. You used to have a lot of other teams doing this stuff. Like you used to have Penske, you used to have a lot more of these teams because they could run their guys down in the lower series, and you want them to run those series. You want them to do that because it's easier to sell sponsors to those other races where they're not partnered with Cup, and you get to give more people a shot, and you get to give more quality people a shot for those rides. And it's like, all right, so let's say Chris Buescher, they're going to put him, well, let's use Chris Buescher as the example. They're going to put him in for a full season in the O'Reilly series. They'll do that, and they'll put him in the 17 or let's say it's the 60 O'Reilly Kroger car, and they'll do that season. So there's 32 races. Out of those races, about 5 of them are going to be non-companion events to the Cup Series. On those races, you get to put in another driver, like say a Parker Retzlaff, an Anthony Alfredo, Elaine Riggs, or someone else like that shows potential, has that and you want to put them in those great seats, because maybe they're not in a great seat. I mean, Lane Riggs isn't a good seat. Let's be very clear here. He's probably in the best seat in trucks. I was just using it as an example of good drivers that probably could drive at the next level.
I got you.
And give them that shot in those good equipment, because Parker Retzlaff, he's in mid-tier equipment. Same with Alfredo. They're on the same team. But you give them a shot in that top equipment. Let's see what they can do. Are they gonna flounder, kind of like Josh Williams did when he was with Kulig, or are they gonna do really well, like some of these drivers of old have done? And you want them, and it'd be awesome, because that would build them with that team, and if they do well, then they could run full time in the next season, because odds are they're not going to run every Cup driver. Not every Cup driver is going to do it, but you're going to see a significant portion of the field. You'll see about 10-15 drivers picking a series that they want to run. I would imagine that Hocevar would probably run all 3 if he could. I imagine Ross Chastain would do that. And I'd imagine if this happened, we'd see probably the guys like Ty Gilliland, Zane Smith, Noah Gragson. I just listed all the front row, but like you would see like Ryan Preece, you would see them running more races down below, and even if they're not running full time, but if they can get points for that, that helps all of these teams, because yes, owner points is a thing. It's either you get rid of the Drivers' Championship, which will never happen in those lower series, or you let everyone just kind of run for the Drivers' Championship. And I don't care if say Kyle Busch wins all 3. That's cool. That's an ultimate sweep. That is showing that,
yeah, that's like a big accolade.
I mean, I would love to see him be able to do that. I mean, they're probably not going to be able to do that for some of the chase races. Like, I don't see them winning that championship, but they very well could. I mean, the odds of
But
them
at
winning
least
all
they're
three
in
are
the
very
mix
slim.
for it, and it's like makes it
Yeah, and I
interesting.
think, I mean, you're going to have those Connor Zilliches that are going to have those great seasons because you have those up and coming talent, and we got to give these series their identities back. Brad did it perfectly. He's like, Cup, those are the guys, right? Then you had trucks. Those were kind of the guys that were between 35 and 45, and they weren't quite Cup level, but they were pretty damn good. And then you had ARCA, where you're raw talent. And then you had the O'Reilly
Talent.
series, where you had a lot of Cup guys running there, and a similar car to Cup, but it wasn't necessarily a Cup car. It's a little bit detuned, had some different aero to it, but you gave a guy a chance. You pulled him from ARCA typically, and you plopped him in that seat and said, "All right, let's see how you can do in a faster car." And that's how it was. And I think I like the Truck Series kind of being our double A and the Raleigh Series being our triple A. I kind of like that, but I would like to see more veterans in the Truck Series. I think if this happens, we will see more of that, and we will see more people getting a shot. And there'll be less overall drivers in NASCAR, which isn't really a bad thing, because I think the reason why we have all these pay drivers, and being a pay driver isn't a bad thing. It's just the financial part of the sport. Unless you're Chris Wright. Chris Wright, you suck. Like flat out, you are the worst driver in NASCAR right now. It's just
Natalie Decker's in the sport.
She's up there. She's like good. She's a very close second. Worst full time driver we'll say is Chris Wright, but is you would have less Chris Wrights of the world. I mean, they'll still exist, but it would be like 5 drivers in the field, not 15 to 20 of that, of those pay drivers. And because every driver has to bring funding, but you got 10, 15 Cup guys running your race every weekend. If it's not a partner weekend, then you get to really see the class of the field, and they'll rise to the top. They'll still get their wins, but if you got an O'Reilly or a truck guy that's a full time, that's not a Cup guy, and they run and they beat them, they're ready. They're ready for the call up. It's and it gives those Cup guys time to hone their talent. That's why Brad Keselowski, Kyle Busch, Denny Hamlin, Matt Kenseth, Carl Edwards were so damn good. It's because they ran those series. They honed their craft. Because we don't have practice anymore. That's a whole other story. But we really need to hone our craft. We need to let them practice, and that's a great way to let them practice, because seat time is everything. This would give Cletus a chance to run these races. It would open up a seat in ARCA that would allow him to do these. And then if he was doing well in ARCA, he could go up to O'Reilly, or he could do trucks more often. It would open up those spots, because they would probably already sell the sponsor. It's like there's a full-time team. We're not gonna have them in the car for these 6, but if you want to do a full-time deal, we'll give you this deal, and it gives us a chance to go get another driver. That, hey, if that driver wins, that's a huge story, and you're going to be plastered everywhere over NASCAR.
Exactly.
It's a whole thing about. And NASCAR is a business. At its whole, it is a business. You are here to sell sponsorship. You are here to run. You are here to be a moving, fast billboard going 200 miles an hour, probably hitting the wall at least 5 to 10 times a year. It is super fun. It is a great business opportunity for people. It's just we need to get them in there. And I hope NASCAR can. I want to make Brad Kay the commissioner of NASCAR. I don't agree with everything he does, but I think everything
he's got the right mindset, though. Like he
does, and it's the business mindset. We need to have people that are in the sport, running our sport in a sense, or have him be like a high position that represents the owners or the drivers. Probably the
like
owners.
I
see him more as an owner than a driver right now, because his driving skill, it is teetering off. I mean, he is having a good season now, but he is going to be probably one of the best owners of the sport, because of just you can tell that he loves NASCAR. And it is awesome to see that we have owners that are truly in love with the sport, and not just here for the money of it, or not just here for the glitz and glamour like F1 is, but it's like you have it for they love racing at their core. And that is what we need more owners to be. grinded to be an owner of a cup team, and that's exactly. And I used to hate Brad Kay, but I'm so glad he's come out. Whenever he's announcing on Fox, whenever he's doing stuff like that, he is one of my favorite to listen to because his knowledge is bar none some of the best. He is an encyclopedia of NASCAR. It is amazing. I wish you bought a steak in front row. That would have been fun.
I wish. When Brad Kay was hosting the Dale Jr. Download last week, he made a comment about how Mike Davis, the president of Dirty Mo Media, called him up and like offered him a show, and he was like, "Cool, I love that idea. No thanks, I just don't like doing it." And it's like, dude, why? Dude, that would have been such a great freaking pod.
Oh my gosh! I mean, they had the RFK podcast on. I mean, Elijah was running it, but now Elijah, like, he was their media person at RFK. He's now gone to Dirty Mo Media, and he's like running their media stuff. But that's why Dirty Mo Media has some of the best social media right now. It's because of Elijah.
They're poaching.
Oh, he did it to stay closer to family. That is 100% the reason. And you know, it's kind of a family thing. He wouldn't have. I mean, NASCAR's a big family. When people move around, you got to go where it's best for you, right? And you know, some people want to travel less, and you know, that grinds on a lot of people. For like, if you're doing that multiple years, that's a lot. That's 36 weekends that you're not home with your family, and you know or 38 weekends really.
Yeah, it can wear a family down, man.
It wears you down, and you know you're missing certain things with your kids. You're missing that, and it's like, you know, your perspective changes over time.
I don't know. That sounds like a great time. You know, you have this family you don't need to worry about. You're gone all the time. You know,
all right, true. Calm down.
You don't have your wife yapping being like. Like, shut up,
just because you have trauma doesn't mean other people have trauma. But I would love Brad to do that because he has so much to give to the sport, and I cannot wait to see. I think we will come to appreciate Brad more once he retires from full-time racing and becomes just that owner, because Jimmy Johnson's finally coming into his own as an owner now, and they're piecing together something nice at Legacy. They've kind of faltered a little bit this year, but they're getting that third charter for next year. He's talking about getting that next driver, and it's really like he opens that book, and it's like you have these drivers from like that golden era of NASCAR, where it's these guys are going to lead us back to the promised land. The promised land? I'm excited for the future of NASCAR. Let's talk about Steven's question.
Oh, yes, Steven's question. So, Steven had a question in regards to the race at Darlington. So he said, will Darlington be seeing an appearance from Beer Cheese Benny? Myself, follow me on X at Beer Cheese Benny. And what places / things to do would he recommend for people going to Darlington for the first time? Okay, so I've only been to Darlington twice. I will say that. So I'm still kind of trying to get used to it. I mean, this next time when I go, I'm going to try to get there a little bit earlier. So the other times I would get there, like an hour or so before the race. I want to get there a little bit earlier. But, I mean, honestly,
the earlier you go, the more you can take in, man. Like, if you can afford pit passes, get pit passes, walk around pit lane, take in everything, man. Like, enjoy every moment of it, because there's.
Well, I was gonna say you could find Jeff's friends at FRM and just be like, hey, I co-host with Jeff DeBuke.
So his ex-profile like, it's Jeff DeBuke.
And they'll be like, oh, you're Jeff's friend? Obviously.
I will unironically text them right now and tell them, if you see this man, run.
I'm not going to do that. No, but
in open arms.
What I would say, though, is they do, like, at Darlington, so, like, when you, when you're going to your seat, they have a lot of, like, plaques and cool stuff to read. Like, I would just read it, man. Like, cool Earnhardt stuff and, like, from what I've noticed. Again, this race always somehow ends up on a weekend I have to work, which it does this weekend. So like I gotta work in the morning and then I'll go up there. But I'm gonna try to get there earlier. But I
I'm
mean,
calling dead, dude.
but honestly, dude, very easy track to get to.
You're moving, bro.
I guess you're right. But very easy track to get to, and honestly, I always park like right across the street. There's this guy who like you park in his yard for like $40
yeah,
or whatever.
I used to do that in New Hampshire. Yep.
Dude, and it's just so easy, man, and like you just walk, and it's not that bad. Um, but I would say, and one thing I want to do is get to that museum, the Darlington Museum. I haven't been able to get to it. They're closed on race days, but I got to get up there. It's only 2 hours from here. Shoot, maybe I'll do that. Um, but yeah, that's all I can tell you, Steven. I'm sorry, man. That's all I can tell you. But I'm gonna try to see what's going on because I know you, Foreign Fuel, man. They like to go to tracks, man. They go to a lot of tracks. They plan trips. So let me find out more about that for you, and I'll get back to you on that. I'll DM you, man. So yeah.
Very nice.
Alrighty, and so let's look at the points for both series, boys. Let's look at the points. We got points.
Where you want to start? You want to start O'Reilly first?
I'll look at the the O'Reilly series. Let me get to the website, boys. All right, so we actually congrats to I will say good job to Josh Williams last week for firstly making the race and then having a good day because he jumped 7 spots in points.
Oh wow!
For DGM Racing, who are not doing throwback schemes, but are doing throwback to their 2019 roster, actually, of drivers. They're like, we're going to have Alex LeBay and Josh Williams in the car. Like, that's actually kind of creative.
That
At
is
least
pretty good.
somewhat trying. That's funny.
You got any big movers?
Big movers. I mean, I'll go through the top 5 right now. Top 5 is Justin Allgaier, Jesse Love, Austin Hill, Sheldon Creed, Quapple. Was there. Biggest mover was Josh Williams. He is up 7. +3 is William Sawalich up to 15th. Alfredo loses 2 to 17th. Sieg loses 2 to 18th. Kyle Sieg is +7. Yeah. Jeremy Clements up 2. Josh Bilicki up 3. LeVar Scott, that asshole, is up 4. Brent Cruz -5. I don't even know if he raced. So that is a way to lose spots. He's run 2 races and he's 25th in points. Good job, Brent Cruz. And then we got Dean Thompson down 3. They're having a rough year at SHR over there. And then we got Nick Sanchez -7. Rough day for Nick Sanchez in the 25.
Yeah. Wow.
Let's see, and then we're going to go to owner points there because I know the 52 ran a race. I'm going to see what they're doing. 52 is 34th in it, and owner points, not bad, boys, not bad. That 92 needs to get a little bit better in owner points because they're still 38th in owner points. That's still probably not great. I mean, the 91's 30th, so they'll make a race no matter what. But it's when you're kind of in that lower spot, you're kind of like, ooh, are we going to make the show if we have a rough qualifying lap? It's rough there, so you gotta do that. I do want to also mention that Jordan Anderson Racing is now Jordan Anderson Racing Bomardo Autosport. You know, they had to go really out there with the really long name. We wanted 5 words in our thing. So now we're moving on to Cup Series.
Yes, sir. Cup Series.
All right. So,
all right. You go ahead. Sorry.
Yeah. Top 5. We got Tyler Reddick, Bubba Wallace, Blaney, Hamlin, who is up 19 places.
That win boosted.
Awesome. Gosh, this points found is awesome. Chase Elliott -2. Christopher Bell up 18. Kyle Larson up 8. Byron up 5. Busher up 2, Ty Gibbs +7. Ugh. I hope he eats Wall.
He's been impressive. You have to admit, he has been very consistent.
He still hasn't won in a Joe Gibbs car, so I'm not impressed till he wins. It's you're in a top 4 ride, man. Like there's no reason to not be winning races.
Ty Gibbs,
Joe Nagano,
Bowman of Toyota.
Yes, he is. It's unequivocally, yes. Unequivocally.
Big word.
Joey Logano, -5. Priest +3. McDowell -5. Hocevar -5. Rough week for Spire. Good week for RFK, though. They had a really good week. Spurgeon and his tractor -11. -10 for Suarez. He's still... Suarez is just outside of the playoffs. He is tied with SVG and Allmendinger as well. So, and Allmendinger is -10. Zane Smith, there's a little bit of a gap between 18th and 19th, about 9 points. Zane Smith is -5. Then we got some non-movers. Then we got Herbst +2, Austin Dillon +10, Ty Dillon -6. He is now the lesser brother. Chase Briscoe, not a big points movement by him. That's if you're Chase Briscoe, I think you're concerned, but you're not panicking yet. Eric Jones +8, Noah Gragson -10. If he can finish top 30 this year, I'll be happy because last year was rough. Ricky Stenhouse -3. You know, he's kind of where he's going to be in points right now. Austin Cindric, I think you're at panic mode right now.
Absolutely. He needs to be worried.
Points. Yikes. And then Josh Berry -4. I think you're also panicking here. You made the playoffs last year. Proved that it wasn't a fluke. But, I mean, 2 of those Penske-built cars are struggling. So, that's not because they're about -5 for Cole Custer. I mean, I don't expect much out of that team, but you are below Cody Ware right now. You are tied, but you are below. So, you know, yikes.
Sad boy hours.
-3. I expected better. I mean, hopefully he'll get some things. I honestly, if he finishes top 30 in points this year, that's kind of a win after the rough start he's had. I mean, my goal for him was top 25. I figured he would do top 25 just because of equipment, but after seeing him kind of get beaten and battered, he's getting welcome to the Cup Series, little boy. But it's... Yeah, he's
getting all right. I think a lot of people too had too much expectation for him going in.
You did.
Kind of. I mean, I thought he would at least be better than this right now, but obviously it's way too early. I mean, he could honestly go on a roll for all we know.
He could turn around, and I hope he does. But I mean, I look at it like this. I mean, no one has amazing rookie years anymore. It's just not. The Cup drivers today are better than they were years ago. I mean, that being said, they did race a lot more years ago, but there's a whole discussion there. But I think they are built more like they started earlier. They're better racers than they were in older years. So it's like you gotta. And Zilich didn't really perform well in his few starts in there, so I hope he can. Went before he went full time, so I hope he can turn it around. But at that point, I don't know. So,
all right, excellent. Well, now is the point of the show in which we make our picks, go over our standings for the picks, and
that's right, the points that really matter.
That's right. All right. So, I honestly thought when I was watching this race at Las Vegas, I thought that Jeff was going to jump both me and Drew. He like by a long shot, and I mean, he's getting close now. He is now, so he has 113 points, and I have 120. Drew is about, 50 points behind here? He's got 70 points. So Drew got a lot of ground to make up. And with that being said, that Drew's in last. Drew, you get the first pick for Darlington, man.
I'll take Carson Hocevar.
Let's go, dude.
It's a wild one.
If I see
I
that,
think it's
man,
that first win.
If he gets that first one in that damn sexy car, I'm gonna lose it at the track, bro.
That'd be pretty cool. I'm gonna lose my shit the same way I lost my shit when Dale Jr. won in that number 3 Wrangler car at Daytona back in like 2010. No, I would scream like, "There is a God! This confirms it." Not all that other crap that does.
All right, Jeff. What are you gonna do to propel yourself ahead of me after Darlington?
I'm gonna pick Denny again. Well, I'll pick Denny to go back to back.
Denny Ham Tits, good call.
It is thundering outside.
That's
so
great.
I die.
Yeah, that's great. You know, I saw him winning the Goodyear 400 last year. That was a good race, actually. I'm hoping so we're getting more horsepower at this race, and from what I heard Denny say, he predicts that the fall off is going to be about 4 seconds, and so we'll see how this turns out with this horsepower. I'm excited to see it. I just hope we don't have it where it was like last year, where it was like, you know, first and second weren't moving, and it wasn't going to change. And this is where the stage cautions I'm very appreciative of. But anyways, I am going to go with a guy who Drew and I have talked about. This guy in regards to Darlington is I'm going to go with Chris Buescher. Chris Buescher is going to finally get that sticker. He's finally going to get that Darlington sticker that he couldn't get because Reddick screwed him. And he's going to be like, I got my sticker!
You have a sticker. Where's the sticker?
Yeah.
Like, dude,
that was the funniest thing. He's like, put the sticker on our car. And like, it reminds me of like a kindergartner. Like, I don't have the sticker.
So, God damn, man. That's still one of my favorite moments.
It's still an all-timer, yeah, man.
Out on the pod, so, we just motherfucked Chris Buescher for acting like a child.
And that would be significant because, you know, if any of the RFK wins, you know, they're going to have the Biffle numbering on their cars.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's going to look cool. I'm going to get a bunch of pictures for y'all. I'm going to be blowing up the chat, but...
blow up social media.
I'm going to put it on NASCAR for sure, dude.
What you need to do is take a photo of your nuts and put it on the back quarter panel of a car, and then at the driver on X.
This is how we never get any driver on our podcast.
What? I don't see why. It's funny. We're here for the good laughs.
Yeah, because putting your fucking dick
that car won the race
on a
and Ben
race
had
car will get
it appropriate.
You know how great it would be though if like the car Ben molested wins the race and like you can just see like the glimmer of the spot where the balls were.
Oh God!
And then Ben could be like, oh, that's Andrew, that's my nuts,
that's my balls,
Oh. Anyways, well, guys,
thank you. On that wonderful testicle note.
Yes. Thank you for listening to another episode of NASHoles. Again, follow us on X at NASHolesPod, on TikTok, NASHoles.podcast, Instagram, NASHoles_podcast. We do have a Facebook page. Just look us up, NASHoles Podcast. You'll find it. And please make sure you subscribe and follow on Spotify. Keep that notification bell on so you always know when we release an episode. And as always, be like Biff.
Be like Biff.
Like Biff.